can see what people are. Oop, there we go. Right, so today we are going to do a slimline card, but I have been looking online. I really love this slimline card and I love all the varieties that you can get. And I wanted to share with you a slimline gatefold card today. And I thought in the next couple of weeks I'll show some other varieties, but we're going to do a slimline card with a gatefold today. So the slimline card, you can get the, now I forgot to find the details, but you can buy the envelopes to match the slimline card, though I have on a previous video, which I'll put the link in later, showing you how to make the envelope. So I'm just going to do the card today, and I will start off, I'm going to pop some measurements here, and we have 2 of these. I'm going to use the Misty Moonlight, and I have cut 2 of these card bases at 4 by 9 inches. And I have also cut, now what I wanted to use was these beautiful 6 by 6 papers, flowers from every season. And I actually realized when I decided that's what I wanted, that they actually didn't fit exactly onto this size mat that I wanted to use. So this mat is just jade, and I needed this to measure 3.5 by 8.5, the designer series paper. So what I did was just popped it on here, and so actually I popped it halfway, and it doesn't match, but you're not going to be able to tell. And I've just joined it in the middle and then cut down half, because you need to cut this mat in half to be able to do the gatefold. So even if you don't have 12 by 12 paper that you want to use, it can be done with 6 by 6 paper, no problem at all. So that is what I did, and I cut that in half. So that is there, and I'll pop that bit of paper over to one side. And the other thing you need is for the inside is the Whisper White, and this is at 3 3/4 and 8 3/4, and that is for the inside of the card. We're going to be using this to do the label. I have previously cut one out, which is from these dies, which are called stitch nested labels. So we're going to be using the smaller one, and I've used this one for the Just Jade Green mat. Okay, so now the gate part of it. These are 2 pieces at 4 by 5.5 and scored at 1 inch. So it's all going to make sense to you in just a moment. So let's start putting it together. Now I'm going to take one base that I have here by 4 by 9 inches, and then I am going to grab these 2 pieces here that I have already scored at 1 inch, and these are going to go on the back like so. So let's pop some tape on here. So, and I'll grab my scissors and my Come Pick Me tool. Excellent. I'm just going to bring that light over a little bit more, so it's not so dark. There we are, that's better. And so I hope everyone's been getting some crafting time in. I must admit I've been pretty busy this week, and I have noticed that I haven't been able to sit down and just make some cards, and I do notice when I don't get the time in. I must admit I do like getting up here and just having a play. So that's one, and then we're going to pop some tape down here. So these slimline cards have been very, very popular. I do really like them, I must admit. They just give you a little bit of a bigger scale to do certain designs. And I've seen some beautiful cards made with them. Okay, so let's pop that in here. And fold it over. And these two meet in the middle. Excellent. So now I have already, as I say, done the front piece here. So this was using the 6x6, and this is the mat, which is 3 3/4 and 8 3/4, just cut in the middle. So we're going to pop that on, and I will probably just use a bit of glue for this one. Actually, before we do that, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm just going to show you what the other piece of cardstock. Now, you can leave this like this if you wanted to with the 2 flaps, but I actually thought I would just pop another piece on the back here just to keep it looking a bit neater, but entirely up to you. And you could use a different colour if you wanted to. I am just using, I'm getting a bit low on glue there, using the same Misty Moonlight for mine. And just pop it on there. Excellent. Okay, now we'll put this bit on the front. Oh, fingers and fingers today. It was such a beautiful day today, I must admit. It was quite warm. Not as warm as probably in Melbourne at the moment. I don't know what your weather is like over there. And a bit of glue on here. So we're really looking forward to summer. Try to get it around the right way. Okay. So that is now going to be the front. Should be even there. Excellent. So now we are going to get on to the section for the flap. Okay, so I've just got some Whisper White here, and I am going to use the stamp from this set here, Rooted in Nature, and I'm going to use You Are Wonderful. And I'm going to stamp that in the Misty Moonlight. Oops, helps to get it up the right way. Okay. And then I am going to use Betty, my gorgeous Betty. I'm going to bring her across, and we are going to use her to cut out the label. Okay, so I'm just going to stand up here. Helps if I take the card out first, doesn't it? And pop this on. You can see my Betty is well loved. I have been using her a lot. There we go. Pop that on. Brilliant. So smooth, you see, it doesn't even wobble the table. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, so now I'm just going to use some Just Jade to stamp some leaves on there. And I've used the leaves out of the same set, they're Rooted in Nature. And I might bring this over, this piece of paper here, because I'm just going to stamp off. I just want it in the background, really. we go. Right, the next thing we're going to do is I want some flowers. The other day, I think in a couple of videos ago, I talked about spritzing, and I had some leftover spritzing card that I had done in preparation for a card I made for my step-grandmother, actually, who was 100, and I spritzed some cardstock with some ink and alcohol, petal pink, and I had some left over, so I thought, oh well, I won't waste it, I will use it for some flowers today. And it matches in really well, I thought, with these flowers on here. So I'm going to cut some of these out. I love how when you mix the ink with the alcohol and spritz it, it really does give you a lovely, delicate, soft colour. Okay, so I'm going to use my bone folder just to give those a little bit of movement in the paper. There we go. I've got a bit of green, but it doesn't matter. Okay. I'm going to pop a bit of glue on that one. I'm using the half empty one again. Put that one to one side, don't use it again. Okay. Just a tiny bit of ink in the middle. That's all you need. Quite like doing this in two shades sometimes too, using a darker punch for underneath. But just using the light one for this today. It is different shades anyway, so it's quite good. There we go. Now the other thing I wanted to show you, which was something that Jackie, my team leader, oops, I've got ink all over that. Oh, that doesn't matter. I'm going to have to put the flower on that side and then we won't be able to see it. Showed us one time, if you want to keep the same colour family, but you want a different shade, what you can actually do, and I'll show you with this, is you can just use your ink pad of the same. So this is Just Jade cardstock and this is Just Jade ink. So I'm wanting to get just the same shade but a bit darker. You just rub your ink pad over the cardstock and you are really just getting the same colour but a little bit darker. Just rub it so it's even. And I am going to use it to cut out some leaves. Doesn't matter if it's a bit patchy. Right. So what I thought I might do, I've seen other people do this and I think it's a fantastic idea. For comments, I'm going to randomly pick someone from the comments, from people that make comments, and send this card once it's complete to you. So if you would like to get the card, please make sure you pop a comment in and I will randomly select someone to receive it. Okay, so now I am going to use, sorry, I'm too busy gas bagging to tell you what I'm using. I'm actually using the Birds and Branches die set, and I'm using the leaf one from here. And I am going to bring back Betty, and we are going to cut some leaves out. Pop that to one side because it's got a little bit of ink on it. And bring her back. So this is the magnetic self-healing plate that I am using. So I'm just going to run this branch through and use some of the leaves that are cut out from it. There we go. There we go. So this is now just a little bit of a shade darker, but still of the same family. So it just adds that little bit more depth in the colour, but keeping to the same colour, which I quite like. Okay, so let's start putting this part together. And I'm going to glue that on there. I am going to grab some dimensionals, and there they are. I was going to say, where did I put my flowers? I will pop one each on the back. And can't pick it up. Going to take some little bits from it. I don't want a big amount of leaves in the background, so I'm just going to pop. There we go. So I'm going to pop that one there, and that covers that ink splodge that was on there. Absolutely perfect. Always ways to fix your errors, I say. That's the beauty of crafting. Embellishments are handy for that as well, aren't they? When you get a little bit of a dot on something, you can cover it up. Right. Oops. Just bring that out a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to stick some pearls in the middle of that, but we might just pop that on. So that is going to go in the middle. So we only need to put, obviously, glue on half of this. So I will pop some glue on half. And then I am going to actually open this out so there is absolutely no error. And make sure I don't glue it together. Okay. Smooth that up a little bit, I think. And while that's just setting or drying, I will do the inside of the card. And you could put words, and I might look at doing words, but I thought I'd just pop a couple of these leaves. And in the Just Jade. Do I put another one? Or do I just leave it? I might just leave it. And that is going to go in the centre. And where did I put my glue? Just mindful. Hi Helen, how are you? You had a busy week? Just doing a slimline gatefold card. So I absolutely love these slimline cards. Especially good too if you've got an office or something wanting to have a lot of people sign a card. This gives you that extra space. I might look at putting some words in here as well, but for today, that is the gatefold, and I'm just going to stick some. Now, I haven't actually used these before, and not quite sure what the best way to hold them down would be. Maybe a glue dot. Is anyone work a bit crazy? Oh dear. Glad to get home and sit down, I'm sure. Anyone use these and adhered them yet? This is the first time I've had them out. Is the glue dots the best thing, or has anyone used something else that's good for keeping those down? I don't know if glue would be strong enough. I'll try a glue dot. Glue dots are always good. I think I might even manage to use them without getting them all over me. They seem to be attracted to me. And the last thing is I have got some pearls to pop in the middle. Glue dot, yeah, that's right, just try the glue dot. So hopefully they stay on. As I say, I haven't used them before, so. Okay, so let's use one of these pearls. Pop in there to match, and just add one more because that's sort of like a even number. It doesn't look quite right. And I'll add one there. And one last thing, always got to have a bit of glimmer shimmer. We'll just add a bit of glimmer to, I think I have another pen in here. This one looks better. Onto my leaves. I love these glimmer pens. There we go. You probably can't see it. I use my pointed tip on my Take Your Pick to get the glue dot if I can't put them straight. Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, thank you. So yes, gatefold slim card. Just another way to use this wonderful size. Sorry. I did read somewhere, and I meant to find out, I do apologise before I came on. You can buy the envelopes to fit these cards. They are like the window envelopes, but obviously they don't have a window in them, but they're the same size, so you can get them. But I have done a video, as I say, on how to create a envelope to fit these cards. I will put the link up for that, but I thought I'd just share this style with you today as something just a little bit different. I'll probably find some words to put in there. It just seems like a big white expanse, doesn't it? So I will add some words to that. And yeah, so next week I might try a different fold, like a tri-fold or something like that, but just a different way of creating with a slimline card. So I hope you enjoy, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Don't forget to write a comment, and I will send this card out to someone. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care, everyone. Have a fantastic week.